Thank you for joining us on today's event. Get the most out of your Microsoft apps with Adobe integrations. I would like to now introduce your first presenter for today, Ian Peacock.
Hey there, my name is Ian Peacock. I am a Group Product Marketing Manager at Adobe in the Document Cloud team. Thank you for taking the time to join us for today's session. As per the title, we're going to be talking and showing you all about how you can get the most out of your Microsoft apps with Adobe integrations. Today, I'm joined by 3 other speakers. So before we get going, let me introduce everyone. First, we have 2 of my colleagues from Adobe. Danveer Suri, a product manager on the Acrobat team. Hey, Danveer.
Hey, Ian. Thanks for having me.
And Rachel DeBerti, principal product manager on the Acrobat Sign team.
Hi, everybody. Really happy to be here today.
Thanks for joining us, Rachel.
Thank you, Ian. Anytime.
And last but not least, I want to welcome Evan Westenberger from Microsoft. Hey, Evan.
Great. Thanks. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's begin. We want to focus today on how you can get more out of your existing Microsoft 365 environments by bringing the power of Adobe's document workflow and e-signature capabilities right into where you're getting work done. The most effective way for us to do this is to show you those products in action. Hence, I've invited Danveer and Rachel to demo 2 of our best integrations for you and talk through practical, easy things you can get going with right away. Today, we're going to focus on Microsoft Teams as the surface where we bring through all of this Adobe value, but this is just a good illustration of what we also do in Outlook, SharePoint, Power Platform, and across the Microsoft stack. And then, as mentioned, we have Evan joining us from Microsoft. And Evan is a senior product marketing manager for Microsoft Teams, and he'll provide the Microsoft point of view on what they're doing by bringing all of the power of productivity and workflow efficiency into Teams through partner integrations such as Adobe's. But before we jump into the demos, I want to quickly talk about Adobe Document Cloud and what we're doing to bring all of those capabilities through in the Microsoft ecosystem. First of all, our approach is to bring the power of Adobe Document Cloud right to where you're getting work done. One of the frustrations around the new way of working is switching between apps, different user interfaces, different logins, and that affects productivity, it affects people's workflow. We're bringing all of our capabilities to create, edit, collaborate on documents, and send e-signature right into the familiar apps that everybody's working in today. We've built a range of integrations with all the Microsoft 365 portfolio, plus also integrated into the low-code, no-code environment of Power Platform, Power Apps, and Power Automate. Second, we want to deliver really exceptional experiences from the individual end user getting their work done through to interaction with colleagues, with suppliers, with customers. We're bringing all of these capabilities through wherever people are working, whether it's on their desktop, on the web, in the browser, or on mobile devices, and create these digital-first interactions that can get work done more efficiently, more effectively, and more securely. And third, we want to help organizations really maximize their existing IT investment. We bring all of these capabilities through in one license, whether it's Acrobat, Acrobat Sign, or your Creative Cloud license, so you can get everything done in one place, all commonly deployed with Azure Active Directory managed through the Adobe Admin Console. So the experience for IT and your administrator is simpler and more efficient to bring all of those capabilities right through your organization. Now, I mentioned that we have a full range of integrations built out, and this you can see is across Acrobat, through to Acrobat Sign, and all of the Acrobat services of APIs, SDKs, and Power Platform connectors. We've got integrations built to bring all of these document workflow and e-signature capabilities right into Teams, Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, SharePoint, OneDrive, Dynamics, and beyond. Okay, so let's transition to showing you some of these products in action. First, we're going to look at Acrobat for Teams. And I welcome Danveer, a product manager for Acrobat. Hey, Danveer.
Thank you so much, Ian. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today. I'm really excited about showing this new integration to our users because it really takes care of a couple of problems that users have been facing when dealing with PDFs in Microsoft Teams. In the past, whenever somebody who has Acrobat in Teams has tried to work with it, they faced a problem where it's been difficult for them to open a PDF in Acrobat Teams because when you click on a PDF, it opens in the Microsoft viewer by default. And in the Microsoft native viewer, there are challenges, like you can only use it for viewing and not for commenting or collaborating on the document. So these two problems, you'll see how we're solving this in this new integration. And let me show you in this demonstration how we've solved this problem with users with the updates we've made to this application. So Diego and Megan work in an organization which uses Acrobat for Microsoft Teams, which supports opening of PDF documents in the Acrobat experience by default instead of in the native Teams PDF viewer. Diego and Megan are working together on a marketing brochure, and Diego has asked Megan to share the latest with him so that he can review this. Megan shares the document with him, and you can see that when Diego clicks on it, the document opens by default in the full screen Acrobat viewer and not the native MS Teams PDF viewer. So Diego can now use this to go through the documentation. Diego also has available commenting and annotating tools. Since Diego is a free user, he can't use premium tools, but these tools would be available for people who have them included in their subscription. But Diego can still go ahead and comment. So he can provide feedback to Megan. He can place a comment saying like, I like this quote. And he can also point out to this pricing table and ask Megan to recheck that with the finance team. Now that you've seen what Diego's experience is like, let me also show you Megan's experience. When Megan clicks on the PDF that she had shared with Diego, you see again that it opens up in the Acrobat PDF viewer. What Megan can do is that she can see the feedback that Diego has provided. She can also respond to Diego's comments. For example, in the first comment, she can reply saying, thanks. And in the second one, she can respond by saying that she will do what's needed over here. So coming back to Diego's view, what you can see is that Diego is able to see the responses that Megan has given to his comments. And as you can see, this is then quite an effective tool for collaboration. And once Diego closes the PDF viewer, he's taken back to his chat, which is where he had actually come to the document from. In addition, Acrobat for MS Teams app has a home page that gives users access to their recent PDF documents. So user can view the documents that they've recently used. It also has this documents page where a user can go and find docs that are in their OneDrive or that have been shared with them in their Teams chats or channels. If a user clicks on the PDF here, then it opens in the Acrobat viewer. I hope you all enjoyed the demo and are excited by it, because I'm really excited about bringing capabilities to our users that can make them more productive. And as more and more documents get shared in Microsoft Teams, using the Acrobat integration will make users more productive on those documents by allowing them to comment and highlight and all the other wonderful things on PDFs that Acrobat allows them to do.
Okay, that was great, Danveer. Thank you. Is there anything else our viewers should know before we move on to our second demo?
The other thing, Ian, is that to make Acrobat the default PDF viewer, the Microsoft Teams admin has to perform a couple of steps in the MS Teams Admin Center. But we've got all of that documented and covered along with other documentation around the app, which will answer questions that people have before they start using it. So all that is going to be covered in the resources section.
Yeah, thanks for calling that out. Links to more information is going to be available for everything we showed today at the end of the session. Okay, so let's shift gears into our second demo, and we're going to look at Acrobat Sign for Teams. And so I'm going to welcome Rachel DeVerde, our Principal Product Manager for Acrobat Sign. Hey, Rachel.
Hi, and thanks so much for the intro. Hi, everybody. I'm here today to talk to you about Acrobat Sign in Teams and how you can use it to make more efficient use of Sign while you're in your Teams application. So, Ian, what customers tell us when they're using Acrobat Sign for Teams is that they really have 3 pain points that they're looking to us to help solve for them. The first is that they want to sign agreements that are ready for them to sign in a timely manner. The second is that they want to keep tabs on the status of everything that they've got in process. And then the third is that they want to be able to send agreements themselves and take other actions to deeply manage their agreements directly in Teams without having to switch context and go out to the web UI. So we're going to show you how to accomplish these things with a couple of tips. We're going to be looking at Megan. Megan is a manager who spends the majority of her day in Teams. And one of the things that she does to keep up to date is she focuses on her notification feed. So you can see here that Megan has a couple of things in her activity feed. The main two at the top here, she has something that has been signed. She has sent it out to one of her employees. This is a sample NDA agreement. And whenever an agreement that has been sent out is completed by all parties, Megan is going to get a notification that that document is complete. She'll be able to open it up directly from her activity feed and take all of the actions that you would normally need to go to the manage page to take. She can download from here. She can view all of the things that have taken place. Now, we have a second type of notification that's also super handy, and that is when someone has sent something to Megan for her to sign. In this case, it's her employee who has sent her an expense report for her to sign. Again, that will show up in her activity feed. She will get a notification for it, and she can take an action directly from the notification feed to sign that document and finish it. She doesn't have to open up the Sign for Teams app. She certainly doesn't have to go out to the web UI. She can get it all done right there. So the second thing that Megan wants to be able to do is to manage all of the agreements that she has in flight. So if it isn't something immediately waiting for her or something that is completed, she can go over here and open up the Acrobat Sign for Teams app. You'll see that it opens up a nice homepage that immediately orients Megan towards what she's trying to accomplish in Sign with Teams. She's got an overview of everything she has in process up here at the top. You can see she's got 17 in process and 19 things waiting for her to sign. Some tutorials if she gets stuck, access to core actions across the page. But what I want to focus you on right now is this bottom table. So this is the real-time status update for the most recent 100 agreements that Megan has in flight. And she can sort this in a number of different ways. Let's see, she wants to see things that are waiting for her to sign. She wants to see things, everything that's completed. So imagine if you have something in process, you're really excited to see if that agreement has been signed by your client. It will show up here in real time. And the nice thing about this is that these are all fully actionable. So let's say she wanted to actually sign one of these. She can open it from that home page instead of having to figure out how to find that on the manage page and go sign it. She just opens it and signs it directly from there. So we're going to go ahead and let Megan do that. And that's how you keep up to date with all of your recents. In addition to keeping track of everything that she has in flight, Megan also needs to send out new agreements and to deeply manage the things that she has in progress on the manage page. For example, if she needs to send out a reminder. So on the home page here, you can see these core actions across the top and also see you can request signatures up here. So in this case, we're going to take you through the use case. If Megan has something that she needs to send out, again, she doesn't really want to have to go out to a browser window and sign into Acrobat Sign there. She can accomplish that right here within Teams. So she will select to request signatures. It opens up an embedded send page. This is the exact same send page that you would see on the web. It has all of the configurations that are set up in your account. And in this case, she's going to send something to her employee Alex again. She can add files from her computer, or she can add templates that she already has set up, attach those, change the name here so that she knows that this is one that she sent to Alex, add a note here about what, I don't know, maybe this is going to be the date that she wants it done. And then she can send this out. And not just send, she can also do full authoring. So in this case, if she's decided that she also wants Alex to add his initials, send that out. And this will be sent over to Alex. And if you need to do, in addition to just sending things out, we also have the fully embedded manage page. So if that recents table doesn't have the information you want, you can also look at things in more depth. Again, this is the exact same manage page that you would see on the web UI with all of the same actions, which includes more than just sending and managing. You can also look at your web forms, your bulk sends, take a look at things that have expired or that are in draft. It's really everything that you might need to do on the Manage page rolled up here within Teams. So now I've shown you 3 great ways that you can use Acrobat Sign in Teams to more efficiently and effectively manage your Sign use cases without leaving Teams at all. Thanks so much for the opportunity, Ian. Back over to you.
Great. So that concludes our demos for today. And we can move on to the last part of today's session, where we're going to invite Evan Westerberger from Microsoft to talk about Microsoft Teams. Hey, Evan. Thanks for joining us. Would you mind introducing yourself and then dive right in?
Yeah, great. Thanks. Hey, everybody. My name is Evan Westenberger, and I am a Senior Product Marketing Manager on the Microsoft Teams team. So you've heard today about the integrations between Adobe and Microsoft, but I want to take a step back and discuss the future of work and how you and your organizations can excel in this new collaborative environment. Work has changed and we're not going back. We're seeing disruptions across almost every business function, from supply chain to sales. But let's think about what's causing some of these disruptions and some of the trends that we're seeing. Just the amount of data businesses have available is exploding. They have so much data, but it's tough for them to make sense of that data because there's so much of it, it's hard to create that business value. We've also seen that transition to hybrid work over the last few years, where people want to work where they want and how they want, in the office, remotely, or both. People also have a new collaboration mindset, where in the past they used to get their jobs done on their own, but people have really found a value on working with other people on the team to solve their business challenges. And that's where the future of work and collaborative apps and Microsoft Teams comes in. People have become used to kind of this app-centric model over the years, which think of that as the traditional approach of finding an app that they need at the time they need it, going out, logging in, navigating between all those different apps. But what this means is that this is constant context switching. It's harder to focus and stay on task. We've seen that people, on average, switch between 13 different apps about 30 times a day. And the amount of apps that businesses use is also increasing. We've seen about a 20% increase over the last couple of years where organizations on average are using 88 different apps for their employees. And this isn't working. We need an approach that will help improve communication and collaboration across all different employees. So this is where Microsoft Teams comes in. Teams was designed for collaboration and can help organizations excel through the disruptions I mentioned earlier. It's an ideal place for people to work, communicate, and collaborate where they want and how they want. It's a platform that can help position you and your organizations for the future. Microsoft takes a team-centric approach with Teams. It's in the name. Instead of dealing with context switching, people can bring the apps they use daily into their flow of work and collaborate right there. Right now, we have about over 1,700 third-party apps that are available in Teams. It brings communication to the center of your business processes, making sure everyone is on the same page. It also provides a platform so people can understand and access the data that's relevant to them so they can do their jobs more effectively. We've seen tremendous growth on the Teams platform, with over 280 million monthly active users on Teams. And incorporating experiences from Adobe into Teams can help make work more streamlined for everyone. Teams and Adobe working together can help people collaborate much more effectively. What you've heard today about the new Adobe Acrobat experience, for example, is just one of the ways that people can stay in the flow of their work. It removes the friction of that context switching that I had mentioned between different apps. So for example, people can work on PDFs right in Teams. It helps streamline different business workflows and helps provide a secure platform so people can do more work together. So thanks for taking the time with us today. I hope everyone can embrace the future of work through some of their favorite apps from Adobe and Microsoft. So back to you, Ian.
Great. Thank you, Evan. Now this brings us close to the end of today's session. If you would like to speak to an Adobe team member to discuss how to set up or optimize your Acrobat account, or if you have questions about a particular feature, a use case, or a subscription plan, please click on the Learn More icon in the console. An Adobe team member will be in touch. We mentioned there'd be more information available at the end of today's session, and on screen, you'll see that we've gathered some key resources related to our webinar. You can click through to these resources to continue learning about today's topic. And that does bring us to the end of today's session. So I want to thank you for taking the time to join us today and thank each of today's speakers. Thanks, Tanvir.
Thank you, Ian. And thanks to everybody on this webinar for giving their precious time and going through the demonstration.
And thank you, Rachel.
Thanks, Ian. Glad I could be part of this.
And once again, thanks, Evan.
Wouldn't miss it, Ian.
Okay. Thanks, everyone, again for watching. And if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. We're excited to see what these integrations can unlock for you and for your organization. Have a good one.